We are so close to 100% completing the Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle. If you're new here, I'm Lochs, and today we are continuing my Destinations Challenge. For my Destinations Challenge, I pick a pack, travel to the world that came with it, and I'm not allowed to leave until I finish everything that pack has to offer. We're talking skills, careers, aspirations. Last week we turned our apartment into an eco oasis, got to level 10 of the civil designer career, and finished the eco innovator aspiration. And this week we have heaps to do. We're going to move to our third and final neighbourhood of Conifer Station, make heaps of progress on our goal to fizz every juice, make every candle and fabricate every piece of furniture, and hopefully we're going to finish the Master Maker aspiration. If you like the sound of this and want to see more content like it, hit that subscribe button. It's free, does heaps for the channel, and make sure you can see content just like this every single week. Let's get into it. So straight back into it now, I've changed over to the Master Maker aspiration, and now just to slowly build up our bits and pieces supply so we can finish off all of our fabrication. So even though it says we've made 20 candles, we haven't actually, but that's fine because one of my other goals is to make all of the candles, which we're pretty close to doing. So I was hoping to get particular plants like the death flower using splicing. So I was planning to splice the orchid with whatever it needs, but I haven't been able to even harvest an orchid from my spliced plant. So instead, I'm just going to bite the bullet and buy a few of these rare plants. Oh, $10,000. I better get something good. Okay, so 15,000 simoleons in rare seeds. Another way that I could be doing this is going to Hempford and Bagley and using the market stalls there, or even ordering through the grocery delivery thing. But I don't know, it feels a little bit cheaty. Not that I've been a purist, especially inviting my workplace rival around to be a grill master. But let's open these up and see what we get. Starting my unboxing era. Ooh, first one was a confident magic bean. That's fun. The death flower. Yes, yes, yes. That is exactly what I needed. Sorry to the splice plant, but you have not served me well. So I'm just going to go straight ahead before I even open up any more of these. Where is it? I've lost it now. Okay, my death flower. Fantastic. Before I open up any more seed packets, I'm just going to plant my beautiful death flower. Okay, I'm just going to fabricate one more planter just so I can have some more trees going on. Oh, my tree of emotions is ready to evolve. So the reason why I'm focusing on the garden, and especially things like the death flower, which I should have just gotten from a seed packet long ago, is because I require certain plants to make certain things through the juice fizzer. Some of the juice types can be made with various plants. For instance, the flirty juice can be made with pineapple, like we did like what feels like a millennia ago. But you can also use like flutterberry, which is the flirty tree of emotions fruit. Oh, yes. Okay, another milestone ticked off. We've got max level fabrication. So we're so close now to finishing our Master Maker aspiration. We just need to properly do all those candles, and we also have to join the Freelance Crafter career so we can start getting these crafting gigs, but that should be easy enough. We play the lottery, you know what? Let's do it. This could be our time. I'm going to plant a cherry or something over here, maybe a pomegranate. I mean, let's just go ahead and do a cow plant, and then let's continue opening up our seed packets. Oh, we got another cow plant berry, okay. Oh, we did get something new? Oh, just an angry magic bean. A playful magic bean. I love how we spent $900 for these and they're worth $10 each. Maybe I'll open some uncommon plants and see if we get anything new there. Okay, so we already had that, whatever it was. Oh, snowdrops. I completely forgot about the gardening aspiration. Oh, I still need to graft. I mean, let's just do it for the sake of it. And then I can make a pineapple basil hybrid. just for the fun of it. All right. Oh, grow a cow plant. So now all I have to do is just wait for this cow plant to grow. I've not really even been trying to finish this collection, but look how many of the plants we've already gotten. I'm pretty happy with that. Black beans. Let's see what else we get. Uncommon plants, open. Okay, dragon fruit is amazing because even though I supposedly spliced one, I had never actually saw it. So we'll quickly plant that. And then our last rare packet. Amazing. We've finished the magic bean collection. Okay, back to the crafter. Okay, we've just had Tina Tinker come over, which is actually great for us because I still have some fabrication recipes to learn from her. So let's go enthuse about fabrication. Lovely. Lochs has unlocked the fabricated wall light recipe. Well, let's just continue with our fabrication journey. The fabricated wall light is actually great. Oh, I'm out of noir dye. You know what? I think it's time to shake things up. Let's go the shale. Okay, fantastic. So we've just made our fabricated wall light. Voila. Our death flower is all ready to evolve. And once we start getting the dragon fruit, that's going to become our new fertilizer, I think. The mushrooms will finally have a break. Okay, it's Harvest Fest now, and I'm going to have to be careful not to anger the gnomes. 3 out of 3, the gnome champion. Look at the baby cow plant. Let's change to the gardening aspiration again, the freelance botanist. We'll call him Angus. It has to be a better cow variety than Angus. Okay, we'll call him Sailor after the cheese cows in Auvergne. I feel like there's no time like the present to get a juice fizzing station. Okay, that feels like a good spot for it. We could probably upgrade it. Improve infuser. Okay, damn, we can't fabricate eco upgrade parts yet, but I can do these flowers and flora rug, and then we've ticked that off the board. Okay, we just finished our rug, which is fantastic. You know, I don't hate it. A little patch of grass and flowers. Okay, so it's nearly Friday, which means we're about to go into another voting season. And I've also just installed a mush filter over here, which should improve the amount of bits and pieces we get per recycle. Fantastic. Let's go over here and vote on our final action plan. Once this has been instated, I am happy to move on from Grim's Quarry. I might go clean energy production, because I mean, we have a lot of it. So let's go with that, and that's a guaranteed sort of green addition. Okay, now it's getting juicy. And let's start upgrading. We've got this improved infuser here, and that'll improve the quality of our fizz. We're still only level 1 fizz, but I reckon we can do something good with this. Okay, so the maximum we can put in is 5. Let's try that with the grapes. All right, so start fizzing 52, and then fingers crossed this turns out okay. Oh, already at level 2. Lochs has grasped the basics of juice fizzing. He can now try experimenting with herbs, flowers, and soybeans. Okay. Okay, ready to collect. I should get a few of these just to speed up the process. All right, fizzy grape juice. Let's just call it fizzy grape juice. So he can now try experimenting with herbs, flowers, and soybeans. So I've just put in some basil. Let's see how this turns out. And you know what? I am just going to buy another fizzing station. We can start to become a bit more industrious. So in this one, how about we load up some flowers? Maybe we have some roses, and then we can collect what's going on over here. This should increase our speed of gaining skill as well. Herbal basil kombucha. Okay, so there are herbal kombuchas and there are floral kombuchas. We'll put that in the fridge. Let's just see the quality. Excellent. Excellent quality kombucha. Let's grab a jar and see what it tastes like. Or what effect we get from it more so. Feeling the butcher. So because it's an excellent quality drink, we have energized +1 for 4 hours, which is pretty good. Okay, so the rose brew is done. Let's see what it is. Yeah, floral rose kombucha. Okay. We can start giving them names once we start to figure out a little bit more about what we're doing. So it seems like all kombucha just gets you energized. This one's just for 2 because I assume it's slightly lower quality. Speaking of, I should improve that infuser. All right, so the infuser is installed. We'll load that up in a little bit, but let's go check out what we got from the soybean one over here. A clear liquid. Tofiz. Tastes like tofu and feels sobering. To be honest, I don't think I've ever made soybean fizz before, and that packaging looks repulsive. We have to find out its effect. So it's an excellent quality Tofiz. How are we going with our skill, by the way? Level 3. Oh, so we must have got another notification that I just missed. The Fizz speaks to Lochs. His mastery of the fizzer has unlocked the ability to make seltzers on the juice fizzer. So it seems like the only effect we get from that is easy sipping. So now we just have to keep on experimenting and find out what we can make. Just to give a quick overview of what we've made so far. So ages ago at the Makerspace, we made the Honey Fizz and we also made the Flirty Fizz. Just within the last brewing session, we've made our playful grape juice, we've made our herbal kombucha with our basil and the floral kombucha with our rose, and we've also made some Tofiz. So just then we unlocked some seltzers. So I'm curious to see how that will differ. We're going to use our apples. Oh, there was the option of going Start Fizzy Seltzer instead. I'm assuming that the packaging is a bit of a hint of what you can use to make it. So for instance, this playful one has cherries and I guess that's blueberries. So my guess is that if I were to use cherry, then I would be getting a playful potion. But let's just verify that. I'm also noticing I can use like my beetle nuggets and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how that turns out as well. But let's try the cherry. Let's try the cherry. I'm also curious whether the plant quality will affect the fizz quality as well. All right, fizzy apple juice. Let's see what we get. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I should have known by the green liquid. That is a happy boost. So the cherry juice was playful. Based on the moodlets, I know that there's going to be an energized one. Let's see what the raspberries give us. Okay, let's try something funky. Let's try onions. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, onions start fizzing. Come, get your fizzy onion juice. Okay, so it's time to collect these. Oh, okay, my onion was a suspicious fizz. What is this? It bubbles very suspiciously. Is it safe to drink? All right, we have to check the effects of the suspicious fizz. Where are you? I also love that it has a unique bottle, like an apothecary bottle or something, rather than a beer bottle. Oh, lovely. My Flatterberry has finally grown up. Okay, so the suspicious fizz, horribly fizzy. Uncomfortable +4 for 2 hours. There's something unsettling in this fizz. Not sure which end it will come out. So suspicious fizz is ticked off the list, but at what cost? What did I make down here? Judging by that color, it looks like it's going to be another playful, maybe flirty. So raspberry juice is playful. We'll just add that to the fridge. What would give you an energized? The lemon. Of course lemon would be energizing. Okay, lovely. And because I need to make another flirty one, I'm going to use some pineapples because we have so many of them. Oh, I can make a seltzer too. Okay, amazing. A pineapple seltzer actually sounds really good at the moment. Level 4. Okay, Lochs is approaching peak fizzing power. He can now give fizzing tips, and if he's feeling confident, he can send fizzy products to fizz enthusiasts for evaluation. When I've made my energized fizz, I'll have a break from the fizzing. Looking at that color, I think we're onto a winner. Yes, okay, fizzy lemon juice, what are you gonna be? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I can put them under there. That is so cool. Okay, so if it has pear and lemon on the packaging, it looks like that's going to be an energized one. On the road again. Okay, I said I'd have a break from the fizzing and I meant it. Let's just evolve some of these. And honestly, let's just talk to the plants so he can get not only his fun, but his social up as well. So it's 9 a.m. now. Maybe it's time for us to move on to the next neighborhood. I'll move as soon as Sailor, my cow plant, has grown up. Without trying to finish the harvestable collections, I have got a huge amount of plants growing at the moment. But I'm also surprised that I'm missing a few. For instance, this one here is a mushroom, just like the standard mushroom. This one here is spinach. I haven't found any pears, but I just realized when looking at this, plasma. I'm pretty sure I can do a plasma juice. Purchase seeds. Okay, let's open our rare plants and see what we get. Grow fruit. Okay, so that's a new one. I don't think I've ever gotten a gemstone from a seed packet. And then another one, alabaster. Oh God, poor Lochs, I'm sorry. All right, let's do some need management. Okay, so his needs are getting a little bit better. I'm just getting him to talk to the plants as per usual. But I'm just curious about this plasma fruit now. I can't go to the Forgotten Hollow and look around for plasma plants there. So I'm going to have to get some. I guess I'm going to have to get a little bit... Oh, green initiatives. This place reeks of evergreen. Great job, residents of Grim's Quarry. The fertilizer experiment was a wild success, thank goodness. And you can now enjoy a greener eco footprint as well as a blanket of prickly new forest friends. So these more like cypress tree style things must be new additions. Now that that is all instated, I feel like we can't do much more for Grim's Quarry. We just have to wait for my plants to grow and then I can pack up and move. All right. I guess we're getting deep into the vampire thing. The reason why I'm hesitant to do all this sort of stuff is that if I decide to do a vampire let's play, I'd rather not be too deep into the vampire skill trees. But I'm pretty sure that I require a little bit of knowledge of vampire lore before I'm allowed to, buy the plasma plants. That's just my guess. Okay, clean energy production has passed. Now that that's done, I say we start the process of preparing to move. Because I don't think that there's anything that really binds us here. I mean, even the plants, yeah, I wanted them to grow before I leave. But I'm also happy to just pick up all of my plants and get out of here. So I think I had a double bed that I was preparing to make. I can't remember. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to go around and do one last harvest. I'm also going to collect all the soy wax and stuff like that. And then I'm going to get ready to move, which is wild. Definitely we're going to take our fizzing station and our flower rug. Oh no, I can't take my tree of emotions. No. The apartment is now pretty much good to sell. I'll just bring that there. Oh, we'll take our laptop as well. Oh, and the insects. I can't say no. They're like our pets. We can't leave our beetles behind. Okay. I think I've officially taken everything from this apartment that I can. Okay, now look at the map view. We have the god rays and the particles on this entire side of the map now. We just need to bring it over to Conifer Station over here. Now we do have a few options. We could continue the apartment life, or we could kick Kumar out. At the moment, I'm leaning toward kicking Kumar out. Kumar, I'm sorry about it, man. Okay, poor Kumar is being evicted. Sorry about it. And I'm actually going to go unfurnished, and then I'm going to fabricate my own furniture as well as using all the things that I find from the dumpsters. Home sweet home. All right. Ooh. Okay, so it's hard to see, but in this planter bed, we've got a pile of trash and a fridge. So you can tell this area hasn't had the modern development. all the green initiatives, and also all the houses are the classic sort of weatherboard and brick, as opposed to using all of the fancy new materials. And here is our new house. I wish it wasn't snowing so I can actually see. Plus it's, 5 a.m. so it's pretty hard to see anyway. I still have 7 vacation days of being a green technician. I think I may just milk the career one more day. One more day of career milking. The first thing I'm going to do here is to use all of the green materials on the outside. I might change the trim to be that like orange color. I love these bold colors, so we're going to go for that for sure. So now we have the task of essentially fabricating our entire world. This feels like a nice hallway light, so I'll add it just there, why not? And I'll definitely get some planters going as well. You know what? How about I build a basement? We'll go pretty much the size of the property. So it's a big empty space now, but my plan is to fill it with all of our plants. This is going to be like our greenhouse. We're just growing fruit here, I promise. I'm liking how this is turning out. I definitely need some light down here, so I'll fix that ASAP. And we'll put our second juice fizzer down here as well. Okay, I think that looks cute. Okay, now I'm going to use this solar wall light from the Greenhouse Haven kit, just because I like the idea of it looking like a bit of a sort of grow system that we've got going on. My plan is to put as many things that can fit in the wall planters into the wall planters. Looking at my inventory, I'm a little worried that my cow plant didn't make it. Sorry, sailor. Sorry. We'll sleep down here. I'm pretty happy with our operation. I feel like this is looking serious. Let's try to first negotiate a bonus. Maybe I should wait until I'm in a better mood. Oh, no, it worked out. Amazing. $1,000. Happy with that. And that'll be our last vacation day while we set up our property. So the first thing I'm going to do is make it so these are all automatically watering. Oh no, that paper bag. It means that one of the active policies here is wearing the bag over the head. Okay, that's fine. So every plant is now fertilized, and I'm about to plant a lemon and a pomegranate. I'll just get a few wind turbines for now, because it feels a little bit stupid if I'm going to invest in solar while everything is covered in snow. Okay, so now there's some green energy production, even if it's not great. Like, oh well. But things are looking quite good down here. I wonder what's going to be our first perfect plant. Probably our mushrooms, hey? Because they're already magnificent. Now to see what we're dealing with. So I'm now at the community space. Let's just take a moment to look around. So we've got this train track, which is covered in weeds. All this trash around. So this is all the stuff that we need to repair. Even this backyard has pallets and bin bags. So let's just have a quick look at the state of this neighborhood. Check neighborhood action plans. So looking here at the current neighborhood action plans, clean energy production is the only green one. And my least favorite one of these is the we wear bags. I hate it. Essentially, this one just means that every townie or every sim that you're not playing will have a random bag on their head. So here we have Marcel and Janae, and they both have the sad face. I mean, it is quite comical when they're on a date and they're just really sad. Now I need to decide. I think I'm going to die for deals. I do like die for meals because it gets me new like harvestables. But die for deals is great for me because I get not only furniture items potentially, but I can also potentially get some dyes like Houndstooth and the Grim dye, which I can't get in any other way. Yellow dye, I don't want the yellow dye. Well, that was all completely useless. We yearn for the dumpsters. Okay, we're back home now from the community space. I did a little bit of dumpster diving, but I didn't really find anything valuable. Hopefully I can dive within my own dumpster and find some stuff here. Oh wow, I found a fridge. So I'm currently making my kitchen because I'm not going to be able to fabricate any of the kitchen appliances. We did get this cool fridge, which I'm really happy about. So my challenge with this house is I have to fabricate or find most of the items. I bought the counters just because I'm never going to be able to find a series of counters that match. But I will most likely come across a stove at some point. You know what? I'm just going to cancel the holiday. I don't care. All right, I'm just gonna get Lochs to socialize with his co-workers while he's at work, just so we can boost up that social. And now I'll drag the dirty plate in there. Okay, now let's see if we can die for deals and get something out of our corn chips and ceviche. Apparently there was $4 in there, that's amazing. What I'm realizing is that I need to generate way more trash if I am going to be using this dumpster at home. So I think the best way for us to do that is to have a party. And from my experience in Sulani, the kava party generates a lot of trash. So let's put down the kava bowl and prepare the kava. I'll also get a nice barbecue because that's another way, which I realize is also me just buying objects rather than dumpster diving for them. So, but you get the idea, I'm trying. All right, so I'll get that partially cooked. And let's invite some people that we're not super close with so we can try to boost our friendship with them. I mean, some lights would be nice. Maybe I just take this down here for now because I can fabricate lights. All right, I mean, that looks pretty cool there as well. So now that the guests have started to arrive, let's call to grab drink. And now I'll call them to grab drinks and also call them to meal. We've got all the empty kava. You look at all these plates piling up. You love to see it. Ladder failure in front of all your guests. Yeah, get out of here. It's time to leave. But the party was just for one goal, which was to generate trash. And that it has done. If I drag them all down individually, they count as like an individual trash heap. Whereas if I got Lochs to clear them, they would have stacked and then I wouldn't have gotten the sort of bang for my buck with all of these. Oh, someone was drinking a juice too. So let's see how quickly this fills up. So that was, I think, 4. 5. Okay, amazing. Let's see what we can get from them. I'm loving his dumpster diver era. Some houndstooth dye. That is exactly what I've been looking for. The worst ones are the currencies. Oh, cool. A vintage antenna TV. I actually love this little TV. And so I am glad that we found it in the dumpster. So with that party, we filled the dumpsters 3 times, which I'm very happy with. For some reason, I'm diving, but the dumpster isn't getting lower, which is great for me. I guess we work from home again. In my unemployment era. You know what, let's just quit. Oh, we got a festive frame TV, awesome. And then we choose Freelancer, so it says crafter, digital artist, fashion photographer, paranormal investigator, programmer, writer. And then we choose simply crafted. Okay, now I'm going back to my master maker aspiration and we have to complete 5 gigs as a freelance crafter. We also just got a simmy. That'll be a head start for when we go to Snowy Escape. So we've found some great stuff in this dumpster diving sesh. A $10,000 desktop. Maybe I should sell it actually. No, let's keep it. So first of all, we're going to repair our seat using our smog vacuum. Also, all these broken objects is great for our handiness skill. Well, level 10 handiness. That's wicked. Why is this taking so long? He got so tired he gave up. All right, we'll have a quick shower. I might actually hire the repair service and see if someone else can fix that computer when I can't. Okay, it seems like old mate over here is struggling just as much with repairing that computer. Maybe that's why it's in the dumpster. It's beyond repair. I feel like my kava party dumpster diving hack could be a really good way to make a like rags to riches story. All right, how for houndstooth? So now we've got 4 houndstooth dye and 2 grim dye from all our dumpster diving efforts. Oh, we found a stove. Sadly, I feel like this guy is going to be in a loop forever. I could either replace this and get a $10,000 computer for $5,000, or I could sell it and then I'm up $5,000. Because I think he's never going to be able to repair this. It's just going to be stuck there forever. You know what? I'm going to replace it. All right, let's check for gigs. Let's just go with the one that gets us the most pay. Only the finest? Sure. So we have to chat with the client, create fine wall decor, and then send your finished work to the client. All right, so we can do this. Freelancer, chat with client. Maybe I should be in a better mood before I do this. It's boosting our social anyway. And now I need to create the fine wall decor, which I actually haven't made yet. And let's just do the basic one for her. That's what the client wanted. We spoke to her. She wanted a natural finish. Okay, so that's done now. Another one checked off our list. We've made the fine wall art. Child's play. I'm assuming that's going to be the child's bed, which is actually one that we need to do as well. Yes, create a kid's bed on the fabricator. So we'll head down here. We'll chat to the client. We've spoken to the client, and now we need to fabricate another new item, the kid's bed. Again, we'll just do the natural one. Nearly done. Okay, we've just made the kids' bed for our client. Send for client approval. Wow, my child jumped on the bed for 3 hours and didn't do any damage. This bed is amazing. All right, we're moving through these. We'll go back in my day. Okay, another kid's bed, we can do that. And we'll send that for client approval. And then we are so close to finishing this aspiration. I think before I finish it, I'll try to make a few more candles just because we technically didn't actually make them. Okay, let's get back on task. So let's just harvest everything here and then we'll head to the shop and make our candles. The reason I've been diving for deals is because I want to get the dyes, but I've realized that diving for meals may be a good option because that way I can potentially get the plasma fruit. Green bean? Now that we've gotten that green bean, that is nearly all of the season's expansion harvestables except for the money tree, which you can only get through reward points. And I mean, why don't I? We've got so many reward points we're not using. I know I said that I was going to go and make the candles, but let's quickly fabricate a few more planters. I need 2 for our money fruit trees, but now I also need 1 to plant our cow plantberry again because that got lost in the move. Rest in peace, Sailor. Because it's voting period, I need to remember to petition for repeal as well. So that's something I'll do before I leave to the shop. Otherwise, I'm almost definitely going to forget. And now to decide on the community project for this station. I feel like it makes sense if we were to turn this into a community garden because we already have a makerspace in Port Phillip and a marketplace in Grimm's Quarry. I don't know why I'm giving them like directions as if I have any sense of where they would be in space. So by Monday 5 p.m, this should become a community garden. We also need to try to repeal the We Wear Bags neighborhood action plan as well. Okay, the fact that I'm still being given new recipes that I've already got, like the fabricated wall light, suggests to me that I've probably gotten all of the new recipes I can through enthusing about fabricating, which is fine. Okay, so Judith will hopefully be our 5th signature. She is wonderful. Now I'll quickly head home, plant my money trees, and then we'll go to the shop and make our candles. Okay, let's get back on task again. Okay, so I've made 3 of my new planters now. So we'll go money tree on either side here and then the cow plant there. Maybe the cow plant berry needs tall ceilings. I'll just move that aside and then we'll put that there. No, interesting. Let's take it outside then. Sounds like I'm going to fight it. The cow plant berry failed to germinate. We'll just see if we can plant it in the backyard. That was successful at least. Messy the meat wall is attracting flies. So I'm just going to add an automatic pest control system. Oh, I also bought a heap of rare plant seeds. Let's quickly open those and see if we get anything. Oh, bird of paradise. It's one of the flowers we hadn't unlocked yet. And we got some new cow plant berries as well. Speaking of, the little baby cow plant has sprouted, which you love to see. I think I've done everything I can with gardening today. Everything is maintained. Most of it's fertilized, but I just can't be bothered fertilizing everything. So let's head to the store. I'm not going to even pretend this time. So I'm back at the store for the first time in what feels like forever. Let's head up and continue making our candles. let's finish off the cylindrical candles first. Oh no, one thing I didn't think about is that it may move toward industrial, which would be devastating. I feel like the entire retail store side quest has been just a disaster. No, we have to leave. Let's pack up our candle making station and get out of here. I can't risk losing the eco footprint. Oh my god, it's so close to turning. Run, Lochs, run! Bit of a disaster there. Maybe I can go in build mode and just chuck them into my household inventory or something. Okay, well, let's continue. Oh, I already had a candle making station here. Anyway, so we definitely had an orange one to make, so let's do that. We've now finished the amber cylindrical molded candle. I may go to manage worlds. All right, let's just chuck all of the shelves and the candles in the household inventory and we'll just escape with them. Okay, our collection is restored. Oh, and look at this. So we do need an orchid and we need a bird of paradise. Do I have any orchids growing? Okay, I do have this splice plant of snapdragon, orchid, and lily. So that will hopefully eventually give us some orchids. Okay, back to the candle collection. We need a blue cylindrical candle. Then we're done for the colorful cylindric candles. Okay, just made the blue or the sky cylindrical candle. And there we are. Doesn't it look good? Now, I do need to buy some new noir dye. We still need the undyed, the shale, and then the noir. Oh, I didn't realize there are also Grim and Houndstooth, which just means we need even more dye. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, but okay, it's fine. Okay, lovely, we just did it. We just added the shale cylindrical candle to our collection and let's just keep going. So now I'm going to make the undyed. Yes! Voting is now closed and We Wear Bags was repealed. So now next week we can vote for the green initiatives to clean up this trash. Okay, we now have the natural candle or the undyed candle. And you know what? Let's fabricate some lights. I feel like the canary yellow light could look fun. Okay, lovely. The canary yellow light is done. Let's add that to the wall. And I may even set the color to be more of like a warm yellow. There we go. That feels right. So now every single plant is fertilized and still a race which one will become perfect first. My bet is still on the moral mushrooms. And to celebrate, let's have a rose petal bath. Now resume the candle. His social is still low. Oops. Okay, we just made the Grim cylindrical candle. And I'm realizing that because we haven't sold any of our candles, we actually have a count of everything we've made just here. And I think that's the 18th, if I've counted correctly. And so I just need to make 2 more, and then I've actually made 20 candles. So once I've made the Houndstooth and once I've made the Noir, and then we should have made all 20 candles. Oh, look at this, our money trees. We'll talk to those for sure. All right, the plants have been spoken to. I filled up my social and I feel like we've made a little patch of paradise down here. Very, very cute. But let's finish off this candle first and then the cylindrical candles are done. Wait, you need bits and pieces to make candles? I thought you just needed wax. Damn it. Anyway, let's go down here. If I do all of my basil and all of my begonia, so I'm expecting from this that we'll see a lot of pieces. I'll go half of my begonia just so I can try it individually next. Let's see if we get a really nice, so I've got 15 at the moment. Okay, so it turns out the way to get pieces is to recycle my plants. Wow, okay. I feel like I've just unlocked a cheat code. So we've got 3,000. 15,000? Are you serious? Okay, noir cylindrical candle, and we're done. That is amazing. Well, now you know, if you are low on pieces, especially not the bits, the screw ones, but the banana ones, just recycle your harvestables. They do much more than your compost ever will. Lovely, we just did it. So now we have officially made 20 candles. We're on the final stretch now. Let's go over here and get a new freelance gig. It's going to be another one of those wall art things, but that's fine with me. Okay, I'm also going around and installing automatic watering systems along these. Eventually I'll have all of them done. It's a pretty low priority, but just for the longevity. Let's fabricate this thing for my client. They needed the fine wall decor. Okay, that is done. Oh, we haven't spoken to the client yet. Oops. Dashing, this is exactly what we were looking for. Keep up the great work. Fantastic. 4 out of 5 gigs. Let's do one more. Ooh. Yes, we candle. I'm curious what this is going to be. Create a so it's just a carved candle, which we haven't actually made yet. Oh, we need to chat to them first. They want 4 carved candles. I mean, I may just cancel the gig. Sorry to my work performance. Oh, they want 3 floor lights. Oh my gosh. I should have just chosen like the rug or the couch or something. Then it was guaranteed to be just one object. I'm so lazy. All right, floor lights. All right, 1, 2, all 3 are made. Now let's go and send them to the client. Oh, we have to do it one by one. I haven't had anyone disapprove of my work. There we go. Amazing. Okay, so we've now finished our Master Maker aspiration. We've done all of the aspirations now, and now we've earned the Muse of the Maker reward trait, which means that we can craft objects with half of the material cost, so half of the bits and pieces, which is going to be very helpful for us if we're planning to finish off these collections, i.e. fabricating all these objects or making all these candles, etc. So that's the only thing we really have to do. We have to get our fizzing skill up to level 5, which we're pretty close to, and we also just need to craft all those objects. Also, something exciting has happened. While I was talking, my cow plant has finally grown up. So let's change to our gardening aspiration. And we've also finished that. That wasn't something we were planning to do, but now we've done it. So let's feed her. We'll call her Sailor, still like the cow, but Sailor Moon. Cute. So she's essentially Sailor 2, but Sailor Moon. And now we are a naturalist, so we're not afraid of fire, which, you know, who knows, maybe that will become useful at some point. Can you believe it? We've finished the Master Maker aspiration, which means both aspirations are done. And because we love a side quest here, we've also finished the gardening aspiration just for the fun of it. Next episode is going to be the run to the finish line. All we have to do now is to finish off making those candles, fizz all of that juice, seltzer and kombucha, and finally make all of those pieces of furniture in every single color. If you've enjoyed this episode and you're not subscribed already, please press that button. It helps me so much. But either way, I hope I see you next week. Bisous.